Hey, what's up, everybody? Fatty Matty here, bringing to you two different things in this video. This is Path of Exile. This is on PS4. This is new to PS4. It just came out this Tuesday, or last Tuesday, actually, I think. Um, it's free to play. It was on PC first, and then came to Xbox, and then now it's finally on PS4. I've played a little bit of both, of all three versions, except for, well, I've played PC and I've played Xbox versions. But mostly what this video is a recap and a 1 week review of the Astro C40 controller with some gameplay is kind of what I wanted to do. Um, so, I've had the controller for a little over a week now, and I just wanted to give some feedback on it. I'm not gonna do like a webcam of me or anything, but
God and consorted with sin. Find your redemption, exile, or die in the attempt.
so I like playing the Ranger class.
Swift and silent, you stole the bounty of others. A crow that plunders our crops. A stray dog that slaughters our sheep. Oriath is a land of men, not animals. Think on that, Ranger, when Rayclass shows you how to truly live like an animal.
And we should be good to go. So this video will just be some gameplay of this and just, like I said, the review of the controller mostly. So I turned down the audio, hopefully it's not overpowering, but I was gonna do like Apex or something, but I needed a lot of focus to actually do good in those games, and this is just kind of one of those things I can just play and just not really have to worry about too much. But
I've not seen a wilderness like this before.
as far as the controller goes, I really love the controller, guys. It's awesome. I really like it. Let's talk to this person real quick.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if
Oh! You're dead. Burning arrow. Alright, so onto the controller. Some things, I'm gonna do some cons and some pros. So obviously a con for a lot of people is going to be price. That's gonna be the biggest one. I mean, not everybody can afford $200. That's probably the biggest thing with it. The other cons I would point out is there's no software for it on PS4. It's strictly on PC or Mac, so you have to use a PC or Mac to go in and change joystick sensitivity and the equalizer for the headset and stuff like that. Another con for a lot of people might be the fact that it only has 2 buttons on the bottom instead of being able to have 4. That's not a huge issue for me. I like the fact that I can remap it to whatever I want without having to go into the software. Another con would be it is a pretty thick controller, so if you have smaller hands, probably not gonna fit real great. But that's just depends on your hands and stuff. But there's not a lot of things that I don't like about the controller. I guess if I was nitpicky, I would say for $200 they should have had the circle pad included in it. That should have been something that I feel should have came with it, like the Xbox Pro controller. You know, you could switch out the D-pad. It came with the cross or the the circle pad. I don't know what else to call it for fighting games and stuff to make it a little bit easier for fighting games. They definitely should have included that in the box. I don't feel like I should have to pay extra for it, especially when everything kind of showed that being able to be swapped out. There is no light bar on the front of the controller, so if you're a PlayStation VR person and you are playing a game that uses the controller, say Resident Evil 7, you won't be able to use this controller, I don't think, because it doesn't have the light bar, and the VR actually uses the light bar to sense where the controller is. So that's one downside, but it's also a plus in my opinion because the light bar does use a lot of extra battery life, especially if you don't go in and turn it down. It can suck quite a bit of battery life, and when you got a wireless controller, you definitely don't want to have to be recharging as much as initially with the PS4 controllers. As far as the way like it works, I don't notice any input lag. There is supposedly like a 5 millisecond input lag between, and that's for both wired and wireless mode, according to Astro's website. I don't have any way to really test if there's an input lag. I suppose maybe I could download an app or something that would test it, but I just don't think that would be entirely accurate that way. Sure, there's more technical people out there that'll go over, input lag and stuff. Some people were commenting about the sticks feeling weird at the very end of their movement cycle, and I don't notice that anymore. Like, that's gone. I don't know if the controller finally broke in or what, but it's not an issue. Playing Apex Legends, like, I actually had to turn down my sensitivity because I found I had more movement with this controller over the standard PlayStation controller, and I was overshooting everything. So, as far as that goes, the joysticks are really good. I think that's about it for cons on the controller. Maybe for some people it could be the micro USB. That's not a real big deal. It is kind of recessed in there, and it is kind of annoying to have to try to plug it in there. So if you break your original charging cord, that could be a little bit of an annoyance if you don't want to go through Astro and get an Astro replacement, because the Astro replacement is pretty much fitted to the controller, and it's a pretty snug fit, and it's pretty easy to get in there. But if you use another one, like I've tested it with a couple other cords, it's kind of hard to get it lined up because it is so far in there. But as far as pros, like, the trackpad feels better than the regular trackpads. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. The start and options buttons are more prominent on this controller, so they're easier to press as well. So games that make you use the options button for inventory, it's a lot easier to navigate. Like, I believe PUBG does that. The controller is completely modular. You can change any button you want on the thing, and so if you want to put square as your R1 button, you can do that. And all you have to do that is either go onto the software, or you can push and hold the button on the back of the controller that's in between the two paddles for 5 seconds. The controller will vibrate, and then it's in programming mode. So then you push the button that you want to reprogram, and then the button that you want to program it to, and then the controller will vibrate again, and it'll now be that button. So that's really awesome that you can do that on the fly. You don't have to do anything else for that. You know, of course, you can change the D-pad to be in the Xbox position or into the PlayStation position, however you prefer it. The controller is larger, so if you do have it set to the PlayStation configuration, if you got long fingers, that was kind of an issue with the PlayStation configuration because the analog sticks are really close to each other. So sometimes your fingers would bump into each other. Most of the time, it's not going to. In something like this game, they might because you actually go left, right, and stuff like that. But a lot of other games, you're mostly pushing forward on the left joystick. So that's not a huge deal for most people, especially not me. My hands aren't real big. What else do I like about it? I can switch between wired and wireless mode. I can charge the controller without having to re-exit or put it in wired mode. It'll still work in wireless mode, so I can plug it into something else and it'll still work. That is one thing that I guess I could put under the cons, is you have to have the USB dongle to use it in wireless mode, whether you're using it on PlayStation or PC. That is one thing that kind of sucks. And then another one that I could point out is the fact that you have to, or you can't turn on the PlayStation with the controller if the PlayStation's in standby mode, because PlayStation doesn't allow third-party controllers to do that type of stuff. So the SCUF controllers, I believe, use PlayStation electronics inside them, so they're able to still turn on the console because they're basically a PlayStation controller that's been modified. So that's one downside, but I mean the controller just for $200. If you're, I can use it on PC, I can use it on PlayStation. The only thing that would be better, I guess, is if I could use it on Xbox. I don't have to use it on Xbox, but that would be a plus side. You know, if the USB dongle could be upgraded to be used, you know, download a software update to let it be used on Xbox, that would be really cool. It's not going to, of course, because it's PlayStation that's licensing the product, so why would they do that? But it would be something to be kind of interesting to see. You know, it's got two modes on it that you can switch back and forth between two presets on it. So if you're playing a lot of Apex, you can switch for one preset, or if you're playing something else, you can put it on 2 and have your other preset there, so you don't have to switch back and forth between or reprogram things, you know. The joysticks come off. You can put different taller joysticks on there,
I've seen Lion Eye's watch is
so you can get a little bit more movement out of it. That's kind of nice. I mean, I don't know. There's just not a lot to say about it. It's just, it's really good. It feels really good. It's not gonna break in your hand. It's durable. It doesn't bend. It doesn't flex. It's very sturdy. When you take the top off, the 4 screws that hold it on don't fall out. They're attached to it, so that's nice. You don't have to worry about losing screws because they fell off. Hang on just a sec. Frost blades, ice shot. We're gonna go split arrow.
Founded by Marseille.
And sorry if I'm skipping this. If you guys want to watch it,
I've seen many.
the game's free. Go check it out. It's
Stay sharp out there.
plays like Diablo, sort of. More like Diablo 2, I think. But I just wanted to have something in the background to talk to about it. I mean, I can't recommend the controller enough for people who want that extra something in their gaming, you know. It's really good. Like I said, the $200 price tag for some people may be a little bit out of reach, but I mean, everything is within reach if you want it bad enough. It just depends on how much you're going to have to save, how much you're going to have to wait, how long you're going to have to wait. You know, if you want something bad enough, most people are going to find a way to get it. For me, it wasn't a huge deal. $200, you know, like, oh, a lot of people are complaining about the price of the controller, and I'm not really one of the ones that was complaining, you know, like, um, these are all the same. I can wear that. Did it change? I don't know. Nope. It's just one of those things. Sure, I'll put it. Oh, let me place it there. How come I can't? Come on, go up. It's a mana flask that won't let me place. Oh my gosh, what is it doing? I want to equip the item. I'm pushing X to equip. Yeah, it won't let me. Oh, did I have to actually discard something? No, that was the... I don't know what it's doing. But anyway, the controller is really nice. It's a well worth purchase for me. So the hair triggers they work really good. It's got a lot of potential I can see. And it probably sounds like there was more cons than positives, but I just don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's got two buttons on the underneath that are mappable. You can map any button you want to it. It's wireless. It's got a good battery life. I didn't charge it the day that I bought it. I didn't charge it until like Friday, and so the battery life is good on it. Don't have to worry about that. Definitely get you through a long session of gaming, for sure. The other buttons, they feel really good. The square, triangle, X, they got a real positive feel to them. They're not loud and clacky. Like the Xbox buttons, they're really loud and clickety clackety, noisy. They almost sound like a mechanical keyboard. That's how loud they are. The other buttons, like the R3 and the L3, they feel really good. Like I don't think they're gonna wear out. If they do, you just plop the thing out and you put a new modular in there or whatever. Not an issue, right? But it's just like I don't know. The gun, it's good. It's really good. If you're on the fence about it, I wouldn't be, because console people are finally starting to get some nice peripherals, just like PC players, you know. So that's what I look at it. You know, I have a PS4 Pro and a $400 PS4 Pro, which is cheap for what it is. I mean, you don't have to upgrade it for however long, right? And I'm stuck with a $60 controller that after 6 months of hard use breaks, right? Stops the L3 button will probably stop working on it very good. The joysticks are gonna get worn out. They're gonna get grooves cutting in. The rubber's gonna come off of them. And hopefully, you know, 6 months from now, I won't have any issues with this controller. This is just a week update. First impressions is it's awesome. I love it. It's going to be my controller, my go-to controller for PC and for PlayStation now from now on. So the Xbox Elite or the Pro controller, I'm probably gonna find someone who wants to buy that and just sell it for like $75 or something. Because I'm not gonna need it no more. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the video here, guys. The unboxing video was like up to 1,500 likes in a week, which is awesome. So I just wanted to give an update on the controller. I'm gonna give it a recommendation for me. If your money is not an issue, go buy it. If you want a good quality product, go buy it. Um, Hopefully they'll fix the software issues. Hopefully they'll bring an app to PlayStation to allow you to do that stuff on PlayStation. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is there is kind of like a grip underneath where your hands rest. There is a little bit of a grip there, a texture there. So that's kind of nice. Your hands aren't gonna fall off. And my hands, I haven't noticed them getting sweaty while playing with this controller. Whereas like the PlayStation controllers, I get sweaty hands. This one I haven't seen that so far. But I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. You know, it's a buy from me. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys, if you want to see more Path of Exiles, let me know. I can stream it, or we can, if you want to play together, send me an invite. My PSN idea is Uzi for you, just like off of the movie Tremors. And I'm gonna get off of here. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and thanks for all your support, and I will see you guys in the next video.